Hey guys, so I want to talk to you a little bit about complete skateboards. So, for those that aren't aware, complete skateboards are the ones that are sold as a complete package, hence the name. So you get trucks, bearings, wheels, a board, you get the whole thing instead of just buying a deck and then needing to build your setup alongside that. It tends to save you a little bit of money and it makes the kind of buying process a lot easier and more convenient. However, there is something that you need to be aware of whenever you buy completes. I've ran into this issue a number of times. You buy the complete and no one tells you that they're made from usually the cheapest parts or the stuff that the shops can't sell. Therefore, whenever you buy a complete and you take it out for your first session, a lot of the time the board will laminate when you try to land your first trick, snap completely, the trucks will fall apart. It just depends on what you're getting. And in a lot of cases, the shops are just trying to sell the cheap stuff and get it out the door in any way they can. So I've ran into this issue a number of times, and the easiest way to get around it is to buy a complete that is very meticulously crafted. And the only way you can do that, if you don't buy from a local store that you can trust, is to build the complete yourself from individual parts. However, that can be a real issue whenever you're shopping online, because you have to bounce around the different categories, and then you get to the checkout, you find out that it's costing way more than you thought, and then you're back to the drawing board again. So I want to show you something that Tactics does that makes this process so much easier for any customer. Okay, so check this out. We are on the Tactics website and we want to build a complete. Now, in any usual circumstance, whenever you're building a complete, you will go here and you'll go to decks, you'll pick your deck, then you'll go to trucks, you'll pick your trucks, wheels, parts, etc. What you can do on this website is you can go to build a complete. And what you get here is the ability to set up every individual part right before your eyes, almost putting your checkout in front of you with every individual part that you pick, allowing you to see exactly how much it's going to cost and how the overall setup looks when put side by side. Okay, so let's try and show you how this works and build a deck from scratch. So we're going to aim for an 825 deck, free grip tape, some trucks, some wheels, some bearings, and some hardware. Simple stuff. Let's get down to it. So first of all, we're going to filter for 825 and we're going to go for this BAM Skatogram 825 deck. So you don't want to just add it straight to cart. You want to view the product and you want to go down here to add to Skateboard Builder. I'm going to add the free grip tape and I'm going to add that to the builder. And just like that, it brings you back to the Skateboard Builder section with the deck and the grip tape selected. Next up, you've got wheels and bearings. Wheels are dead simple. I'm going to go with a 53mm. I'm going to go for these Spitfires. They look great. I'm going to make them red because that's just the way I want it. And I'm going to add that to the Skateboard Builder. Now they only come in a 60, so I'm then going to change back to the orange in 53, add them to the Skateboard Builder. And for bearings, there's no need to overcomplicate things. Always go for reds. Reds are the industry leader for a reason. People trust them, so add those to the builder as well. Now you want to move on to the trucks, wheels, and bearings. And the cool thing about this section is you never really have to leave this page to build the rest of your complete. So you've got trucks, wheels, and bearings to add. If you go into trucks, it immediately bounces into trucks. If you want to go into wheels, it immediately bounces to wheels. So it's really easy in terms of the UI and functionality. I'm going to add trucks here and I'm going to go for something that's a little less pricey to try and bring down the overall price of the complete. So I'm going to aim for 40 bucks max for these trucks. And I'm going to go with mini logos because they are, in my opinion, with Tensors and Bullet, probably the most reliable of the three. And I'm going to add them to the Skateboard Builder. Then lastly, we want to choose the hardware, and because we went for orange wheels, I'm going to try and make it as close as possible. So let's go with these independent red hardware, and we add to the builder. But there you have it. You've got the complete skateboard, you've got the board, the grip tape, the trucks, the wheels, the bearings, and the hardware, and it comes to a grand total of $183.75. And if you're like me, you'll be a little bit more frugal about your completes than this, and you'll know that that's quite a steep price. And that's the trade-off that you have to deal with when working with the Skateboard Builder. It's a great service and it's a great way to compare different products, but you're almost always going to pay a little bit more than standard completes. So to show you what we're working with on the same site, we have the complete skateboards that aren't built from the skateboard builder, and they tend to range from anywhere from $99 up to, from what I could tell, about $160 at the top end. But the trade-off is you're getting very cheap trucks, very cheap wheels, boards that are questionable in quality at best, and I just don't trust it. Whereas with the individual parts, you can almost guarantee that they are of the highest quality and standard possible for that individual product. But the cool thing about this skateboard builder is you can go into it with any mindset you want, and if you want a cheaper board, you can achieve that. So let's have a look at this. We've got 183 and we want to bring that down to, at the very least, 160, because that's the most expensive complete on the store. So let's change the deck out. We want to maintain that same size that we had before, which was 825, but we want it a little bit cheaper. So let's go for anywhere in the 40 to 60 range. And we still have quite a lot of options here. So let's say we go for this Caballero Dragon 825 and we swap that out with the free grip tape. We've immediately brought that down to 168. Let's say we go for some wheels that aren't quite as expensive as the Spitfires that we have currently. So we want to change the wheels and we want to bring it down to something more manageable, like let's say 30 bucks. We can change those for some mini logos like the trucks. We will add those, they are 51s, but we're making some compromises here. We add that to the skateboard builder and we brought that down to 142.75. And we still have a decent deck here. So we've got the deck, the free grip tape, we've got some mini logo wheels and trucks, we've got some reds, and we've got some hardware. It's still a decent setup. You've got individual parts, so you can guarantee they're of the highest quality for that individual product, and you've got a full board. And it's a reasonable price. So that's where the skateboard builder can come in handy whenever you're building a deck, either your dream deck or a deck on a budget. Okay, so it's pretty cool to have an alternative if you don't like that setup at Tactics, and I'm going to give you one in the form of Skate Warehouse. Skate Warehouse does something very similar. To access their build your own complete, you go to build your own just below this skateboard section. Okay, so now we're on the Skate Warehouse complete builder, and it's a very similar setup to what you have at Tactics. You've got the deck, trucks, wheels, bearings, risers, grip tape and hardware, and you add them individually. So there are some slight differences that will suit others and will aggravate others, and I'll show you how this works. So as we add each individual thing, you have to shop by brand. That will suit some people that know exactly what they're shopping for down to the ground, whereas people that are just kind of looking and browsing and want to pick things just off the cuff, it's a nightmare because you have to go in and out of each individual one to find out what you're looking for. But if you're shopping for, let's say, a bigger deck and you're going for the bigger brand logo, it's a fantastic thing. So we add that to the build, and then you see something that I really love about Skate Warehouse's complete builder. It gives you the custom setup where you build absolutely everything, or you can go for a budget setup that is predetermined, or a premium setup that is also predetermined. It takes a lot of the work out if you want to just go for a cheap model or a premium model that is there for you just to select right there and now. I would prefer to a custom setup so that I have full control over things, but it's really nice to have this option there if you want it. But like I said, this is an alternative. It does things very similar. It might just be a UI and setup that you prefer. It's up to yourself. All in all though, I think Tactics is probably the best of the skateboard builders on the market at the moment. It's so easy to use. There's so many great products that you can add here. You can see exactly what the cost of the product is there and then, so that you can decide if you can afford it or if you need to make some kind of budget-friendly decisions on the fly, and you can change them out very, very easily. So if you're looking to build a complete and you don't want to be riding around on something that's going to break pretty much instantly, then Tactics is the way to go.